Right, so here we've got some plant guilds that I'm going to walk you guys through here in this garden. We've got our strawberries. Here's the ground cover, and none of this is fully mature yet. This is just the start. Here is the vertical part of the canopy. This is a artichoke. And here is some clover, which actually I did not plant, but I'm leaving it here because it's an awesome little nitrogen fixer, and it's going to add root diversity and add different kinds of microbes into this whole situation. That's just going to benefit everything. The more diversity you've got in this soil through the different relationships that the different microbes have with the different roots, the better your whole situation is going to be for everything. All right, now this is one that I'm absolutely the most stoked about. Here's your classic Three Sisters garden. So we've got our corn, right? That's the vertical part of the canopy. We've got our pole beans who are growing up and using the corn stalks as a trellis. And you can see they're kind of starting to flower here a little bit. So we got a double yield, right? We've got the corn, we've got the beans, and now here's our squash as the ground cover. So every area of this entire garden bed is completely filled, leaving little to no room for any weeds that we don't want in there. So it's going to eliminate that extra time and energy that we would take to have to weed it. And we've got, this little space giving us absolutely maximum yield. At the same time, we've got the biodiversity going on in the soil because you've got different roots attracting different microbes. So this is exactly the full benefit of a plant guild right here. Three Sisters garden. All right, so here is the third and final example of a killer plant guild. So we've got our pepper plants. In this case, I've got my shishito peppers, which are just starting to come through here. We've got our bush beans, which are going to fix nitrogen, be an awesome support plant for our main crop, these peppers. And then we have basil, which is going to, again, add root diversity, microbial diversity, and the basil, when you plant it next to these peppers or tomatoes, which are both nightshades, it's going to increase, it's going to add to the flavor of both, right? So then we've got our marigolds right here and over here, which are going to help to keep down nematodes, like ones that you don't want in there. They're going to be screwing with your plant roots, causing rot and stuff like that. So, and then this whole pattern continues down this entire bed, So there's another example for you guys. So these plant guilds are just a few examples out of hundreds and thousands of examples of how plants can be planted to work together and create more of a yield for you and add more diversity into your garden, give you so much more benefit than just, having rows. And there's nothing wrong with that necessarily, but if you can learn the different relationships that the different plants can have together, to how they can benefit each other and how they can, counteract disease and pests, and, certain things can bring in the right kinds of insects and other plants can keep away the stuff that you don't want. You can end up creating an entire ecosystem in your garden, which, contributes to having real living soil versus just, you're out here spending a bunch of time weeding, watering, tilling the soil every year. We can eliminate all of that extra work by finding the ways that the plants can work together to do those jobs for us.